teaching project will be presented on the menstrual cycle. The presentation is by Victoria Addison-Lauren for Professor Begins class at Texas State University, June 23rd, 2014. Mom, my friend started her period. What is a period? Honey, the time has come that I teach you about the menstrual cycle. Important facts that you need to know. Menstruation, menses, and period, all three words mean the same thing. Every girl has a different menstrual cycle. Every girl's first period is unknown and will not start at the same time. Menarche is the start of your first period, which usually starts approximately 2 years after puberty. Age 12 to 13 is the average age, and it can start as early as 8 years old and as late as age 16. Menstruation means the days of bleeding. Menstruation happens every 21 to 35 days, on average every 28 days or once a month. Menstruation lasts anywhere from 2 to 7 days in a cycle. Important body parts that you need to know. You have a uterus, which is the area for where a baby grows. You have ovaries, which means eggs, and the female cells are stored here. An ovum is one egg, and ova is multiple eggs. You also have uterine tubes, uterus lining, vagina, and the cervix. On the menstrual cycle, stage 1, which is days 1 through 5, the period begins, or bleeding. The lining of the uterus sheds, and also the ova, or the eggs, begin to develop. On stage 2 of the menstrual cycle, which are days 6 through 13, the ova continues to develop and the lining of the uterus begins to grow back thicker. During stage 3 of the menstrual cycle, the ovum, or the egg, is released and begins to travel to the uterus. During stage 4 of the menstrual cycle, the ovum makes the trip through the uterus tubes, and also the lines of the uterus continues to get thicker. During stage 5 of the menstrual cycle, which is day 20, the ovum has reached the uterus. On stage 6 of the menstrual cycle, which are days 21 through 28, the ovum will dissolve if it's not fertilized. The lining of the uterus will shed and your period will begin on day 29, or your bleeding. Make sure you keep track of your period every month. Mark the first day you bleed with an X and every day you bleed afterwards with an X. Repeat this every month to form a pattern. This helps you understand your cycle. What's normal in a menstrual period? Missed periods are okay. You may see clots or thick clumps of blood. The color ranges from pink, bright red, dark red, and brown. Spotting happens between periods. You may spot for a day, light bleeding may happen, but keep track of the spotting. Menstrual irregularities. Your first couple of menstrual periods may be irregular. It takes 2 to 3 years for them to become regular. If you bleed more than 7 days, let me or your father know. Does having a period hurt? No, sweetheart. Menstrual periods do not hurt, but you may have cramps. Cramps are an ache or discomfort that happens before or during your period. You'll feel them in your lower stomach. What helps? Heating pad, warm bath, lying on your stomach, and stripping helps. Female menstrual periods are pads, which are attached to your underwear to absorb blood. Be sure to change them every 4 to 6 hours. Pads come in all sizes. There are also tampons, which is cotton that's inserted into your vagina to absorb blood. While you're on your period, you'll notice emotional changes like anxiety, headaches, craving for sweets, back pain, mood swings, skin problems, swelling, and more. Mom, that was great. Now I understand the menstrual cycle. I am happy you understand, honey. Remember that I'm here to help you with this process. Always feel free and open to talk with me about this. References? The end. Thanks for viewing.
created using Powtoon.